Hey guys, so today we are going to do, or not we, I am going to do a review and a demonstration of the fairly new Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. As you might recall from our previous video, I had gotten a sample from Sephora. My shade is Mont Blanc. I have had the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation in the past, and I had it in the shade Deauville. And I thought that was a pretty good match, but upon closer inspection I realized it was too yellow for me. So Mont Blanc is much better because it has, to me, it has more of a neutral tone to it. Nars classifies it as having a pink undertone. I personally don't see it. It still looks a little yellow to me, but yellow in a not obnoxious way to someone who has pink undertones. But so it's very neutral, I think, and a perfect match for me. So I've been using this sample for several days now. Every single day in a row I have used it since I bought it, and I am absolutely in love with it. That is no secret. And the name of the foundation is All Day Luminous Weightless. So I would say that is pretty accurate. It lasts all day, looks exactly the same when I take it off at night as in the morning. Luminous, yeah, it has a slight luminosity to it, but not obnoxiously so. And weightless, yes, you cannot feel it on your skin. It does not feel like you're wearing makeup. The coverage is full coverage. So I mean, the first thing that went through my mind when I read about this is, how can it be luminous, weightless, not feeling like you're wearing anything, but yet full coverage? I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And this is a big hit for me. Now, as far as cons go, the only thing negative that I can really say about it is you have to use your fingers. I've seen some reviews on YouTube where people had bad things to say about this foundation, but then they did their demonstration and used a brush. You're not supposed to use a brush with this foundation. So if you're somebody that absolutely cannot stand using your fingers to apply your foundation, then you might want to steer clear of this because it doesn't apply correctly with a brush. You also should not use it with a beauty blender either. So if you're somebody that is madly in love with your beauty blender sponge, then you might not want to pick this up. But for me, if I get what I want from the foundation in every way, then I'm willing to use my fingers if I have to. So that's how I feel about that. The only other con that I can say about this is the price. It is $49, so that is a lot of money to spend for a foundation. But here's the thing. You don't need hardly anything of this to do your makeup. You only need a tiny little bit, and you'll see that when I do the demonstration, that you're only using a fraction of the amount of foundation that you would normally use to do your face. So yes, it's going to cost you $49 for the bottle, but the bottle will probably last you 1,000,000 times. Of course, that's an exaggeration. How much longer? I don't know. Maybe it'll last you 4 times longer than an average foundation. It does come with a pump. Obviously, I can't show you that because I'm still working out of a sample, but it does come in a pump. You don't have to buy the pump separately or anything like that. And it comes in a gorgeous bottle. It's really pretty. And the reason why I'm doing this video now is because Sephora has a sale coming up very soon, and they do this a couple times a year where they give you a certain percentage off your order if you're a Beauty Insider or a VIB or a VIB Rouge. The VIB Rouge sale is first for those people, then the next week or a few days later or something like that is VIB, and then the Beauty Insiders after that. And I guess the reason why they do it that way is to give the people who are at the highest level first crack at the products that they want. I'm VIB, so I'm right in the middle, And I am seriously considering getting this foundation during that sale, because if I'm able to save 15% off the cost of the $49, then why not, right? Well, why not would be because I already have a ton of foundations that I should be using up, but I don't like them half as much as I do this Nars one, so we shall see. I'm gonna think about it, because if I get the Nars one, then obviously I'm not going to be using up the ones that I already have, so I'm kind of on the fence about it. All right, let's start with the demonstration. I want to start just like this with a bare face so you could see what my issues are. My skin type is normal to dry. That's definitely something that you should take into consideration, because that's important when we're talking about foundations. And I have some redness issues. I had been using an anti-redness color correcting primer under whatever foundation I was using. I don't have to use that with this, because this is a full coverage foundation, so it's going to cover any and all redness that I have. It covers everything. And when you're done, it does not look like you're wearing a mask, as long as you don't put like too much on. But if you apply the correct amount, it does not look like you're wearing a mask. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a mask. It feels like your skin. And that's another thing that I love about this, is I don't have to use a primer and I don't have to set it with powder to get that extra coverage. All I have to do is put on the foundation. So let me begin. Now, the first thing that I do when I do my makeup every day is I do put moisturizer on my lips. I just use an EOS lip balm, because I want my lips to be nice and hydrated and let the product sink in a little bit while I'm doing my makeup, so that when I do my lip product at the end, it will have just the right amount of moisture to my lips. I'm not going to do all my makeup, because I want this video to be mainly about this foundation, but I am going to apply the things that I would normally apply prior to my foundation. So the next thing I normally apply is my e.l.f. Eye Refresh, and this is basically just a moisturizer to moisturize the dark circles under my eyes and give them some extra hydration. And this metal ball gives you like a cooling sensation under your eyes. And I just dropped the cover. Okay, so I rescued the cover from any dust bunnies that might be on the floor. Okay, so the next product that I use is my NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and this is in the shade Light. I actually use two concealers. I use one prior to my foundation and then one after my foundation. And this isn't really so much a concealer as it is a corrector. It's a peachy shade that is supposed to cancel out the dark circles, but my dark circles, as you can see, are so horrible that I have to use this, then my foundation, then I put my concealer on top. So this is the next thing I'm going to use, and I just pat this on directly on the dark circles with my finger. I pat it and then I just blend it just a tiny bit with my finger to kind of give me an idea of how it's doing and is sort of coverage in case I need to add more to any given area. Okay, so then we'll let that sink in for a second. And next is going to be foundation. So the sample that I was given at Sephora is just a standard size sample container, but she really filled it up to the top for me, which I was very happy about because I've been using this day after day after day, and you need so little that it's gonna last me a long time. So I think that by the time that Sephora sale rolls around, I'll probably be running out of this about that time because like I said, I'm VIB and the sale for VIBs is in, I think it's 8 days from today. I'm not positive. I haven't gotten any information in the mail yet, either regular mail or email about the sale yet. I'm just going by what people are talking about, like in videos and what I've read on blogs and so forth. Anyway, the consistency of this foundation is very thin and very liquidy. And even though it says oil-free when you read about it, it still has something in it that makes it want to separate, and then something rises to the surface that looks like oil, but there supposedly isn't any oil in this. So if you have a bottle of this or a sample, you want to shake it up and try to blend it as much as you can before you use it, because otherwise it separates. Okay, so I'm opening the container, and it is kind of messy to work with this type of container, but I'll do my best. So I'm just sticking my finger in the container and trying not to take too much, but it does sort of cling to your finger when you take it out that way. So I'm just gonna like start with a streak in the middle, and you want to work fast because it's thin and it's liquidy and it's gonna set up really quick. So try to just blend that out as quickly as possible. Now they say you need 1 drop to do your whole face. Well, maybe if you have perfect skin. No, there's no way you can blend out 1 drop. That's impossible. So I just take, you know, a small amount and work in sections. And as you can see, the coverage that it gives is just unbelievable. I'm trying to spread this out over, you know, as much area as I can. And I am going to put a little on my neck just to try to minimize any differentiation in color between my neck and the rest of me, because my face and my neck tends to get red, but usually it gets a little whiter as you get down here towards my collarbone area. Okay, so that's it, and that's how it looks. And I'm not going to do all my makeup, but what I am going to do is just finish with my concealer, because you probably saw that I didn't put any foundation here or in my eye area. So yeah, what I will do is put that second concealer just so you can see full coverage of everything. So I've got my NYX HD Concealer in Light and my e.l.f. Studio Concealer brush. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. And I just do like three dots and then blend that. And just so you can see complete coverage, next I'm going to take, I don't normally do things in this order, I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. I'm going to take my MAC Painterly paint pot and put that all over the eye area, because this is what I use as an eyeshadow base. If you don't want to buy the MAC Painterly paint pot, you can also use concealer, and it's going to do basically the same thing. Except the eyeshadows might go on a little bit differently. I've tried so many eyeshadow bases, and I feel like most eyeshadows go on really, really nice over the paint pots. Okay, so that's all the layers all covered, and then from there, of course, I would do blush, bronzer, contouring, my eyes, my lips, and so forth. So just so you can see the finished look, I guess what I'll do is come back when my makeup is done. So that's what it looks like with my makeup done and my hair down. And in case you couldn't tell already, I love this foundation. I think it is worth every penny of the $49 that they are charging for it. And I've never used anything that gave me this kind of coverage, but felt so nice on my skin that I didn't have to put powder over it or a primer underneath it. It's fantastic. And you know, my only hesitation about buying it is the price and the fact that I have a bunch of foundations that are not going to get used up if I buy this. So I have another week to think about it before the VIB sale at Sephora, so I don't know. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do. Plus, I have to come up with the $49 plus tax. With the tax where I live, it will be $51, so that's a lot of money for just one makeup item, but we'll see. But I absolutely love it, and I think I've covered everything. So I'll let you guys go, and have a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!